Relocating to the UK was seamless. It was something we prayed for. I remember when we were expecting our visa approval. I'm always praying that God, please grant us this visa. I really want to relocate. And God did answer that prayer. We are here. Hi, good afternoon, and welcome back to my channel. If you're seeing my channel for the first time, my name is Seyifunmi, and I'm a Nigerian YouTuber based in Leicester, England. On this channel, I vlog about lifestyle, motherhood, faith, and all of that. So if it is something you would like, please kindly subscribing, and also turn on your post notification bell so anytime I post a new video, you'll be the first to get notified. And to my returning subscribers, you guys rock so much. I really, really love you, and I do not take all of this love for granted. So today on this channel, I want to discuss a very interesting topic. I have over 6 people in my DM asking me to talk about my experience so far, and I'm not always comfortable talking about this because in the real sense, people like quoting, and I don't want to be the reason people are making decisions they are not supposed to make. So before I start, I would like to put out a disclaimer. This is not an advice. I am not a travel expert. I'm only saying my own experience and other people's experience. You guys know I'm an international student here in the UK. I have a lot of friends here in school. I have colleagues that we talk together, and also going to share with you based on popular demand. And you guys know that I've got 2 kids. I'm a mom, so it's always difficult for me to have a sit down videos at home. I'm currently in school and I'm on break. I have my next lecture by 1 p.m. So I still have a long time. So while I was waiting, I just feel like okay, I actually came to the car to have my breakfast. So this is an unplanned, like it is an unplanned. If it's actually planned, I'd have watched something better, like all glamour, because I've never done a sit down video on this channel. But today, for some reasons, I just thought to share. So the most popular question I've always asked that, Shay, for me, you're not in the UK, you're this and that. For some of us that actually want to come, we've been hearing a lot of don't do this, don't do that. Like share your own experience with us. What do you think? Do you really think is what is relocating to the UK in 2023? And I'm going to put it out straight to you. I'm not going to say yes and I'm not going to say no. But I'm going to say what my experience are. Then it's left for you to decide if you want to come or if you want to stay back. So I'm not going to say yes and I'm not going to say no, but I'm going to share you guys my experience. Let me start by saying that I relocated to the United Kingdom with my family, my husband, and my 2 kids October last year, and I'm grateful to God that it was a seamless journey. The settling phase was rough, but we scaled through. And for some reasons, after about 6 months, it still feels like we are still settling down because at every point there's always something that you need to settle down from. So I don't know if we are still in the settling down phase or we fully settled down. Well, I'll just share my experience. Let me start by saying, let me first say that nothing good comes easy, and good things are hard to get, except for those that like there are some exceptions in life. Exactly. So that's what I'm going to start by saying. Relocating to the UK was seamless. It was something we prayed for. I remember when we were expecting our visa approval. I'm always praying that God, please grant us this visa. I really want to relocate. And God did answer that prayer. We are here. But for some reasons, I don't know. Don't let me say what I want to say. So, guys, I'm having my master's, and people ask me, how do I combine being a mom, being a wife, and being an international student? Honestly, guys, it's not easy. You know, back in Nigeria, people talk about mental health. Like you feel like what is mental health? There's nothing like mental health. But here in the UK, check on your friends because mental health is real. Like it's a big thing here. Guys, it's been hard, it's been stressful, it's been difficult, it's been everything that you can think of. But I'm skating through. I'm almost towards the end. So if I can do that, any other person can do it. I'm not going to lie that it's been easy. It's been really hard. But the only thing I want to say is that please, if you are coming with kids, especially if your kids are still small, please don't come alone. If you're not coming with your spouse, come with your mom. If you're not coming with your mom, come with someone. Don't like that's why I said I don't want to discourage people, but I'm saying this for those that have kids, especially for toddlers. My you guys said that Jamal is 3, Kayla will be 2 by September. And my husband is here with me, and I'm still going through everything that I'm going through, and it's still very difficult. So imagine me coming here alone without kids. I even want to say categorically, there's no how you can survive as a mom of two, a toddler, without having anybody. No way. Because one man, let me tell you now, I'm in school now. Obi is at home with the kids. Yesterday I was at work all day. I worked 10 hour shifts yesterday. Obi was at home with the kids. So tell me, if my hobby is not around, or I don't have my mom here with me, or I don't have any relative with me, how do I go to school? How do I work? How do I don't know. Some people are actually comfortable. Some don't need to work. I know, at least I know of one person that is in the UK that is not working. She's a distant person. We went to the same we went to the same church back in Nigeria, and she's in the UK. She's not working, but she's schooling. And another thing is that if you're not here for career advancement, because let's be realistic, most of us that came to the UK are inclusive. It wasn't for career advancement. It was a means of japa. It was a means of relocate. It wasn't as if maybe if I finish now I want to use my master's degree to work. Guys, I'm a full-time interior designer. I'm an interior designer. Before I started relocating, I was already gathering my portfolio, wanting to work with real estate, telling them that okay, I'm an interior designer. If you do this for me, then you guys will get this certain percentage. So I know interior design is something I'm passionate about, but me coming to the UK to have human resource management was a means of relocating. So, guys, I said this because if you're coming to the UK, as in if you're coming to United Kingdom for career advancement, it's a good thing. But if you're coming to the UK as a means to jackpot and not for career advancement, I think you should not come through the study route, because honestly it's difficult. You won't be able to work more than 20 hours, and there are a lot of restrictions for international students. One, it's very difficult to get job, very, very difficult to get job. The fact that they know that you're only working 20 hours with them, and sometimes you give excuse you're in school, you don't want to work. So for the employer, it's a lot for them employing international student at work. Then let's talk about accommodation too. Guys, if you have not watched my vlog where I talk about how difficult it was for us to get accommodation, do you know that before we got accommodation at some points we were thinking of just going back because it was that hard. That's why the fact that we had the money at hand. In fact, there was a particular house that we went to view that we said, okay, we will pay 6 months, because I tell you the truth, when we were coming, it was we didn't just come to the UK, we planned it. So we came with enough money at least that would sustain us. The fact that we have kids, we don't want our kids to be stranded. So we even told the person that we went to video house that okay, we want this house, we'll pay 6 month down payments. They still didn't give up because they just felt like maybe that's all we have. There's nothing sustainable about our visa route. So I'm saying this so that if you are coming as a means of survival, not because you want to study, not because you need that certification, I think it's better to just come through work permit. So you have all the time to work. In fact, once you come through work permits, you won't even have issues getting accommodation. They know already you're already working and all of that. So that is one. That is one. That is my first thing I want to talk about. Then number two. The second thing I want to talk about is um kids. Guys, if you have kids and you want to relocate, just know that you're not coming here to play. It's a lot of work, guys. It's a lot of work. I'm a mom of two. I said it earlier and I still want to say it again. It's hard. Like, I'm never going to sugarcoat it. It's really hard. And I'm super grateful for the kind of husband God has given me. Guys, you usually watch my vlog. You see how that man helps me in practically everything I do. Because yeah, it's a teamwork. It's a teamwork. Even if back in Nigeria, my husband does not really involve himself with kitchen work. I said that When I was back in Nigeria, I had a nanny, I had an house help, I have a security man. And I said that I even my car wash, all of the husband would drive my car to the car. I even have someone that will come to my house and come and pick up my car. So coming from that kind of that is how our life has been since we got married. My husband does not do it. Sometimes say we outsource cooking. You get so my husband is not someone that this is the life he has been like it's not something he's used to. But when we got here, we become a team. We become a team. We do everything together. Even sometimes when I go to work, before I come, my husband would have made me. Sometimes he would have dressed up the kids to bed. Sometimes the kids would be sleeping before I come back for work. Because guys, if you are here, you need to work because if you think of how you're changing naira to pound in your head and you're doing the math, even if somebody send you 1 million naira from Nigeria, by the time you're converting it to naira to pounds, it's less than 1,000 pounds. And paying rent, paying bills, paying my insurance car, paying my husband's insurance car, taking care of the kids. I don't know. But we know there's a future, guys. And when we're coming, a lot of people were saying there are job opportunities, there are a lot of jobs, there are a lot of jobs, there are a lot of jobs, there are a lot of jobs. Guys, see, I'm saying this is shame for me. I know someone that has not worked since February, not because he or she does not want to work, but because there's no job. Because you know how this job look like, you pick up shifts, especially as a student, you pick up shifts. You're not a full-time worker. So it's anytime that you still on shift that you pick up shifts. Sometimes you might not see shifts 1 month. Like I'm saying it. I'm sure some people can relate. Please bear me witness in the comment section. If you're in the UK, if you're in Nigeria in the UK, and you feel like maybe I'm saying rubbish, please just help me out in the comment section. Guys, it's for people like us that have job that we go to every day. It take grace of God. I think I'm one of those people that have a stable job. I'm always on shift. Sometimes if I decline shift because I can't work more than 20 hours during holidays. Like as a student, you can work 20 hours term time. That is what they call it, term time. But when school is not on section, you're allowed to work as long as you can. So when school is not on section, even sometimes that I can work, even if I want to work 48 hours and 22 hours, that I can. Because I have kids, I can. Because one, if my husband has to work, is like this is the one doing the real work, is a full-time worker, so he has to be at work. So sometimes I don't take more than 30 or 40 hours shifts max because I have to care for the kids. And let's talk about childcare. When we first came, Jamal was not up to 3. You guys saw that Jamal just clocked 3 March. Jamal clocked 3 March 21st. It was 3 year old. So when we came October, Jamal was not eligible for free education. So and because before we came, Jamal was already schooling and it was tired at some point after like about 1 month of staying at home. Jamal was always crying, he wants to go to school, this and that. He's tired of sitting down at home, he's always feeling grumpy. So sometimes Obi and I will go outside, take him for a walk and all of that. So we felt like okay, let's put Jamal in school. We went to school, then we felt like okay, let's put Killer in school. We They went to school, they were going to school, and the bill for Jamal and Killer monthly and not 5 times. We register them for 3 times a week, 5 hours a day, 3 times a week, including meal. And the reason we included meal was that when the other kids are eating, they don't be like, oh, they're not eating. So we also pay for the meal, guys. We were paying nothing less than £950 on Killer and Jamal monthly. So as I was saying, you guys know that Jamal just clocked 3 and Killer will be 2 by September. So if Jamal started going to school, when we first came, Jamal was not up to 3 and Killer is not even eligible for free education. So another thing is that if you have kids that are less than 3, you know they're not eligible for free education except you want to pay for childcare, which is somewhat expensive. I'll tell you how much we're paying for Jamal and Killer, and except if you want to wait for free education. So when Jamal and Kayla was in school, we were paying £42. Yeah, we were paying £42 per day, and that is not full day. That is half day, and the half day is 8 to 1 or 1 to 6. So that they do 8 to 1, which is morning, or 1 to 6, which is afternoon. and the bill is £42 inclusive of meal. Guys, when we had that, we were like, no way. But we tried it for the first month, and I can say for a fact that we saw changes. Before we came to the UK, Jamal was not outspoken. I wish I had a channel there. You guys would have seen the difference I'm talking about. Jamal was not outspoken. Jamal does not even talk. He cannot even put his work together. At the time we were coming, in fact, at the time we got to the UK, Jamal can't even put his work together. And in just 1 month of Jamal coming to school, of Jamal going to school, hey God, we will not hear word in the house. Jamal was speaking good English. So even we thought the money we were spending, we were seeing results, and it was motivating us to do better. That guys, that my mother was, because another thing is that if you're a couple, you guys need to sit down on time to time and plan your finance. Especially here in the UK, you guys need to plan your finance because there's a lot of bills to solve. And especially for someone like me that my work, I'm not earning so much. So we actually need to sit down, and we knew that if Jama and Killer keep going to school together, we might not be able to, because by the time we get our bill monthly, Jama and Killer was charging was Jama and Killer fee was almost £1,000. Guys, that's the truth. We're paying £925 on Jama and Killer for 3 times a week, not even every day. They go Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So when it was towards the end of the year, we sat down. Then we said, okay, we really want Jamal to go to school, but we can't afford Jamal and Kayla going to school, because this is it. Jamal and Kayla was collecting £1,000 on education, on childcare. Then we were paying rent of over £1,000. Then at that time I didn't have a car. We were paying my husband insurance car. We were paying council tax. We were paying bills, and we were eating. And you guys know how expensive African food is here. If you go to grocery, if you go for, and aside African food, grocery shoppings for the kids, because they don't say, they don't have any problem, they don't have any issues or worries about what to eat. So feeding them and doing our own shopping too was a lot. We knew we must not start 2023 with this kind of burden. And what did we do? We withdraw Killer from childcare. We withdraw her. That's the truth. We had to let Killer stay back so that we can afford Jamal's Zoom, because that is like us paid 1 million naira on childcare monthly. And I wasn't earning so much. My salary in a month, I don't want to be disclosing all those kind of information. But you guys know I wasn't earning so much. I do 20 hours shifts a week. Even if I'm getting £11, calculate it, guys. And Jamal and Kayla's fee alone was £1,000, almost £1,000. So we sat down, we talked about it. We are not on any pressure, and we don't have anybody to impress. And we knew this thing is good because we had seen results. We saw how Jamal was talking, Jamal was speaking his words, Jamal become more vocal, he was excited going to school. It was, I think Jamal was just a changed person. We were happy. And that is one of those advantages of coming to the UK. If you have kids, your children will be smart, they will be outspoken. It's just that you have to let them know that some things are not right. Teach them the African way you want to. But I trust me, if your kids are here, they will get the best of the education they can. Because what I Jamal was not going to school when we were in Nigeria. It was, but it wasn't vocal the way he is now. So definitely something is changing because of the kind of quality education he's getting. So we knew we couldn't. And Howard was Killer. Killer was just over one. Killer was 1 September. Then we put him in childcare. So we feel like, okay, this is not reasonable. And my husband does night shifts, which enables me to work and school during the day. So we're like, okay, Jamal will go to school. Killer will be at home with the kids. So we drew Killer. This is the first time I'm saying this. Nobody knew Killer was not going to school. So we drew Killer from that, so as to let Jamal finish. And now Jamal started funded education April. Jamal was 3 March. He started funded education April, and we put Killer back to school. And the only time Killer didn't go to school, nothing happened. He was always at home with the dad, or when I'm off school or off work, we were at home. But we plan our finances. So another thing, that if you are paying for childcare, it's important for you, because childcare is expensive. So it's important for you to plan your finance and cut your costs according to your size. If we had decided to pay for Killer's fee, we would, but it would have been a lot of stress, a lot of mental health, and we were not ready to put ourselves through that just because we want to pay for killer's fee. So we withdrew killer, and now that the one started funded, we put killer back to school. It was like some things can be hard, but you just have to plan. I feel like UK, if you can plan yourself well, like really, really well, there's a lot UK has to offer. Although in terms of the job, guys, because of the number of people that are relocating every year, getting jobs now are becoming so difficult. Like getting job is like survival of the fittest. So it takes a lot of hard work. Your CV has to be on point, like a lot. So I think that's just what I'm going to say. The childcare, the work, and aside that, generally UK is good. You meet new people, and people are really crazy about tech. So if you can learn any skill before coming, please learn tech. They are the one making money. They're the one making all the money in the UK. Tech people are the one making all the money in the UK. Even myself, even my hobby self, I started learning. Me too. I'm thinking of going into tech because anything that will make money, as long as you're making and as long as it's legit, you get. So please learn tech. People are going into tech, be skillful. Don't just come to the UK. Guys, you saw my new year in my last video. You saw this new year that I have here. It was a girl or a lady rather. I'm sorry about that. It was a lady that made my hair. And by the time she made my hair, she made Kala's hair and she collected £100 in less than 4 hours. So if you are skillful, there are monies to make. If you know how to cook, when it comes to the UK, cook. If you know how to do this, when it comes to the UK, do it. Like, don't be unashamed of what you can do as long as you're making money from it. So I think that being said, I don't want to dive into a lot of things, but UK is good. We are surviving. Like, if my own husband can survive in this UK, I'm telling you for a fact, anybody can survive. It takes a lot of hard work. We work every time. You guys know that it was the top I wore. I wore this top maybe sometimes last week in one of my videos when I click 1,000. Last night I went to work. I did night shift. I didn't know I was supposed to come to school this morning. I knew I was supposed to come, but I thought I was not going to come. But unfortunately, someone called me that they are collecting assignment, they're checking, reviewing assessment, and it's a big thing for me if they try decide to review my assessment so that but they will give you the necessary information. So I knew I needed to come to school and I was already at work. My shift ended 9 a.m. and the lecture started for 10. So I just got home. In fact, this was the only top I could pick, and I am here in school. I just packed my bread. I packed bread. Even though I'm supposed to eat bread, I packed with bread. Then I just pick one juice from the fridge. So it's hard work. As long as you're not lazy, as long as you can put in the work, as long as you are cutting your coat according to your size, I think UK is a good place. I'm seeing the result of my kids. I just feel like if you come, you will survive. And the people say it all the time, that by the time you spend 2 years here, things will change. Things will change. So we are on that list of going towards that time when things will get better. Because I know for a sure that by the time I finish school, I get a proper job. It can't continue being like this. It's a process and you can't skip it. It's a process. The settling down phase is a process. You can't skip it. So by the time you finish that process, it will get better. And if you guys find this kind if you guys enjoy what I've said and you want more of this, please let me know in the comment section. I have a lot to say, guys. I have a lot to say. If you think like this kind of content you want me to be posting on my channel, please let me know. I'll do more of this video. And guys, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my post. Please don't skip my heart. Please, I need money. Help me. Let me help Daddy Jamal too. Please don't skip my heart. Thank you guys so much. And I have to go now. It's almost 1. Yeah, so I have to go now. I think you get to have a class by 1. So I have to go now. I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, stay blessed. Bye.